Check 1 2. I'm here. Is there a Chilla mode? Uh-oh. Is your mic on? Hold on, talk into that thing.
Is your mic on? Is your refrigerator running?
Check that switch. Check that switch.
Isn't it like it's hidden, isn't it? It's under the box.
Yeah, kinda.
How is it now?
Hello.
On or down?
Hold on. Talk to me now.
Oh, there it's up now.
Hey, there it is.
It was half up, half down.
Half up, half down.
Yep.
Forks up, forks down.
It was in between.
Sorry, juggalo joke. Nobody here will get that.
So is it really any surprise that Ring sends user data to third parties? Like, are we really at this point in our life, like, no.
Really? What?
Amazon sending information about us to other people?
Oh. So is it a matter of we are like are we just too like dead to it that it doesn't matter anymore? Is that
so? I saw this article.
Isn't that bad? You know, we're like, yeah, this is happening. This is what we're all doing this. Yeah, we know. Yeah, we know. But isn't that dangerous? We have to start the show, Chance, because they put a graphic up. Wow, you guys are.
So they're sending it. So they're
tonight.
So I saw this article last night on Facebook. Someone posted.
Mm-hmm.
He who shall not be named.
Wait, who? I don't know.
It was just a person. I didn't. It's just a person I know on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
And it was from the electronic.
That's a joke for another show on
Yeah.
this network.
Okay. I'm gonna put this in the show
Missy, are
notes.
you connected back there? You might not be plugged in. Not plugged in. All right, you have the thing right in front of you, though. I'm good. I mean, you're good. I'm good. Then I better not hear any yelling from over there. Jeez. Already recording. I live on the internet. Of course, my data is being shared everywhere, says Chachi. Chilla. Start the show. Hey, yeah, keep yelling. Start the show. That's good for that's good interaction. So,
I added the Ring thing to the show notes. So
I wasn't even terribly upset when I heard that Wise did something.
When that was an accident.
Yeah,
like this is on purpose. Like, do you really think Google doesn't do anything with the data analytics from your Nest doorbell?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just not. I'm not sold.
At what point are you not okay with all the sharing? When you hear Russia and China? How is your TikTok?
But what is Russia and China going to do with the times of day that I open my door?
There you go. Well, there you go. I mean, right?
Or the number of false positives I get that there's motion at my front door when it's just a car driving down the street.
Okay.
I mean, I guess I feel like I'm getting. It's one of those Google moments, right?
Yeah.
We don't just get free Gmail from Google, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know you're a G Suite paid subscriber.
I still live in Google.
For us normal folks that get our Gmail for free. Do you? There's an unwritten agreement that Google, I know you're reading all my email and gaining analytics and potential pushing advertisements to me and selling demographical data that's not necessarily tied back to me, but tied back to general. I'm tied in with other people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, to me, an unwritten agreement that I'm willing to give them that data for free email.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I feel like it's the same thing. Like, it's not like Ring is like Ring. The Ring, like the top tier of Ring is like $100 a year. My old security system was $40 a month.
Yeah, right. But it's also like, is that a loss leader on them to do other things, or what's the math work out to?
Right.
Like I mean, the understanding if you're paying for a subscription is you're not the product, right? But you kind of are the product,
right?
So
they're what would you call it? It's not subletting.
No, they're reselling, right?
It's not even really reselling. It's like a shared cost.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not paying full price, and they have to make up that money somewhere.
You're not paying what it's actually costing for the service you're receiving.
Right.
Yeah. You bought the device, and then you're paying for a service, but in the long run, at scale, where does that actually end up, right?
Right.
So, and then
like what
for more profitability, either way, they're going to be looking at these other things with your data.
And I'm willing to give up that to get the discount.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I'm willing to give up some privacy with my Gmail account for the free email.
Mm-hmm.
And the unlimited photo storage and the amount of Google Drive I use. Like, all of that, I'm willing to give up some of that information in return for free stuff.
Yeah.
Or for discounted stuff.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of options out there. All right, let's start the show. We talked. Chachi's all saver for the show is like, hey, we need something for you guys to get bonus and Patreon and such.
I'm sure there'll be a bunch of people complaining and yelling at me later.
It's mostly Chachi.
Just Chachi.
Yeah. Mostly. Oh, hell, King.
Oh,
Google.
he'll really yell at me for my awesome thing of the week. That's more just of a rant.
Okay, this is the less than awesome thing of the week. Positivity on this show, guys. All right, guys. Let's get with it. We are recording there. We are recording there.
You're recording everywhere. I can't find the show stream.
It's out there.
I got it.
It's time to get geeky, get awesome. It is the AwesomeCast episode 479. I'm Mike Sorg at Sorgatron on the Twitter here in the Sorgatron Media Studios in the Beachview neighborhood of Pittsburgh, PA, with my boy Chilla, talking tech with you today, hanging out on the couch. He's matching. Well, in the video, it looks like you have a purple shirt on, but that's actually not accurate. That
could be bad because I think I wore a purple shirt last year. Or last week. I think people were just going to think I wear the same shirt every day. I never changed.
It's just that camera. Actually, you look good there, but it looks like a purple shirt here. We got a fun color balance thing going on. So I guess a couple of different cameras in the mix, so you never know.
And I think Chachi already has the show title.
Does he?
Save it for the show, jackass.
Save it. And of course, producer Missy is here as well. Of course, we're already talking to John Chichilla, the gadget guru at Big Bank International, Esquire.
That's me. It's good to be here on this snowy evening.
Yes. It's coming and going. It's coming and going out there. I know we can keep an eye out for it, I guess, a little bit later. But anyways, this is the AwesomeCast. Check out everything at awesomecast.com, where you can find this in past episodes and show notes, including links to a lot of the stuff that we talk about on the show. If you want to go check out any of it later, email us at awesomecast@sorgatronmedia.com. Tweet us at awesomecast, and please follow the Facebook page and group. And, of course, you can join us live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. A lot of that discussion is happening on the Facebook page. If you want to be a part of that discussion, please join us over there. Of course, we are streaming on several other platforms for Sorgatron Media and AwesomeCast, including the Twitch, the YouTubes, and the Twitter, Periscopes, and such. So if you're joining us over there, of course, the main conversation is happening over here on the Facebook page. And if you're catching this on podcast form, of course, you can find us in all your podcast apps and watch us on Facebook and YouTube for AwesomeCast. And you catch us later, please use the hashtag AC479 to continue the conversation with that AwesomeCast on Twitter. Thank you to our audio partners, the 405media.com, that's streaming us every day about noon Eastern, and our friends at Post Industrial Audio, postindustrial.com, showcasing some of the finest podcasting in Pittsburgh. And thank you to them for telling the world about us too. Also, thank you to our Patreon supporters that are supporting the show, and they get a little bit extra conversation here and there. Including last week, we kind of had some conversation about Rise of Skywalker, the last Star Wars movie that came out last month, because we all finally had gotten a chance to see it. We had Crazy Kraus in here. Also, thank you to everybody at the Coffee Club level, Matt Weller, John Diggy DeGore, and John Carmen, and our friends at the Fan of the Show dollar level, our longest running Patreon supporter Michael Fedor, and Katie's favorite Fedor, by the way, and pjsmuseums.org. And you guys can support the show too at patreon.com/awesomecast. Okay. So you got a rant, so I'm going to start with something positive.
Okay, and mine won't be really be a rant because I've now worked it over in my head that I have an idea for a new
You're
product.
feeling less ranty.
Yes.
You're gonna pitch some entrepreneur a new idea. Is that what's going to happen now?
Yes.
All right. So my thing this week is I've been revisiting one of my old favorite games that I haven't really played so much in recent years. I harken to the good old days of playing Call of Duty on the 360, first with Modern Warfare 3 up through Black Ops 2, I think it was, 1 and 2, Ghosts, things like that, right? And that was like a good era for me. And this has been out for a little bit now, but again, with that thing we were talking about before, with the game controller and using an Xbox One controller with my that hook thingy that holds your phone on your controller.
You can use that same thing will work with a PlayStation controller.
Yeah, it'll work
too,
with the PlayStation controller. It'll work with the Steel Series that I have that works with the Apple stuff. But it's nice just having an Xbox controller. Like, that's what feels good to me, right? Because I play most things on an Xbox One, so it saves. It just feels one-to-one with that, right, for the most part when I play games. So I've been playing Call of Duty Mobile. And we've talked about it before on the show. But again, it just feels so much more with a controller. I mean, the only kind of difference is you don't actually hit shoot; it auto shoots basically, which is like new.
I thought there was a way to configure it where you could.
Is there?
I think I have mine set up where it doesn't auto shoot. Like, I have to hit a fire button on the right.
So
I can hold it down.
Right. So it's still but otherwise it still mostly works that way. Gives you one less thing you have to press, and it makes sense for the touch controls. But when you use the controller, other than that one little weirdness to it, it is very, it feels like Call of Duty.
Well, it has the classic maps. Like, it has
Nuketown.
Nuketown.
It has Nuketown. It has Hijacked. It has the stuff I want to play, because I'm like, I don't want to dust off my old Modern Warfare Black Ops disc on the 360, because I got to boot up the 360. And I'll just get murdered, because all that's there are the people that are have been playing it for years and still want to play it. So this has been kind of a nice little return, and then it's on the phone, and I'm playing it, and to be honest, I'm playing this in bed. Before I go to bed, I just pull it up, play some stuff for a little bit, and it's there, and then throws it on the nightstand like I would a Game Boy Advance that I have there, right? I'm playing full Call of Duty that looks just as good as the 360 to me, and plays just as I remember. So it's free. I'm not doing the premium stuff. I'm not buying season passes. I just want to play. But now they also have a Battle Royale as well, because every game has a Battle Royale mode now. Why not?
Is that free too?
It's free too. You got to buy a pass to get all the upgrades, the tier upgrades and things like that. So it's no, I'll just play, and that's fine. Of course. So it's everything you think of Fortnite. It's got the closing zone on it. You jump out on a parachute. You have no weapons when you start, which is strange for Call of Duty to me. So, but it feels like Call of Duty otherwise. Actually, I think there's you can do third person in it, which is very not Call of Duty. And I won my first one, which makes me kind of concerned. But it's
I noticed how I felt like I was way too good when I played. I'm like,
I
shouldn't be. I shouldn't be this good.
Yeah, so maybe they're kind of looping in bots or something, instead or something. But I think in the multiplayer, because it's a very explicit A versus AI mode that they tell you to try out for practicing or something like that. So Chachi's saying Battle Royale is the first thing that happened to first person shooters. Mostly they're third person. To be
worse than when we got rid of storyline gameplay.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I missed the old school story. I played the storylines
on Call of Duty.
Yeah,
I loved how cinematic they were. Right,
and then they started to slowly peel off.
Yeah, they got shorter and shorter, and then because you didn't really play it for you just played through to play the story, and hey, look at this cool stuff, and then you understand some of the guns a bit more when you get into the multiplayer. Makes sense, right? It's kind of like I'm finally I've had it for over a year, and I'm finally playing through the story on Mortal Kombat 10. So and realizing like, oh, I've never played as this character before, because I just jump in and hit random and play something, right? So it's kind of nice. Oh, he says it's the worst player versus player wise. Is it? I don't know. I don't know the thinking on that. So like versus squads or something like that.
I'm guessing because it's no one wants. That's the other thing I noticed in like Battle Royale. Like everything has like a squad up. But I never, like, I don't know anyone who does squads on that. They just jump into a game.
Yeah, you just jump into a game.
I feel like, I will say, I feel like it's broken the, hey, I'm going to jump on Xbox, look for specific people.
Yeah.
And co-op.
Somebody has to be doing that. Somebody has to be doing that. But Call of Duty, like, I feel like I can drop into a game of Frontline, which is team-based, a team-based waypoint, spawn point game. And mostly you can kind of work together without chat. Or you realize, oh, none of these guys know what they're doing. We're getting slammed right now. But
and I was probably always maybe a little different because I was never big on even team deathmatch. Like I was never free for all. Rarely did I want to do team deathmatch. I was always a capture the flag. What was the one Call of Duty thing where you had to defuse the bomb? Like there was the one the team had to plant the bomb, or you had to defuse the bomb before it went off.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Like those,
I can't remember the names.
The kind of strategy type gameplay were the ones I was into as well, which I don't feel like Battle Royale lends itself to at all.
No, it's kind of it's kind of more free for all. I mean, maybe squad based to kind of organize around something like that.
Search and destroy.
Okay, yeah. I missed the old announcer voice too. So, oh, good, my mom's here, so we can get to that story here in a little bit that I was going to bring up.
Oh, I thought she was going to talk about her favorite Call of Duty game type.
Chilla, what is your awesome thing of the week?
I'm actually excited about this.
Okay,
but
you said you were going to rant on something.
I'm concerned.
Okay.
So remember Bump?
Cautiously optimistic. Bump.
So Bump, we used to be able to share our contacts and different stuff.
How did we do that?
By bumping our fists with our phones in them.
Basically, fist bumping with your phone in your hand, somewhere between Bluetooth and your GPS and gyrometer or whatever. It was figure out that you two bumped each other. And then, of course, we played with this, and we would have
you try to a bunch of people bump simultaneously, and who gets what?
Yeah. Where we get, and we're at a PodCamp pre party, and somebody across the room was like, "Hey, is one of you Michael?" You know,
it's like a spin the bottle.
It kind of is. Yeah,
and we're all worried about privacy, right? But so Google announced that they're going to release, and it's the second article, nearby sharing, which is going to be the Airdrop of the Google world, which I'm a huge Airdrop person. I Airdrop photos to other people. I Airdrop files to other people. I Airdrop files between my laptop and my phone.
I get pissed when I'm at home and realize my my Windows 10 computer isn't going to copy and paste an Airdrop to my phone.
Right.
Like that's the only thing that kills me on my workflow right now.
So I use Airdrop a lot, more than I would like to admit. I wouldn't say I use it daily, but do I use it multiple times a week? Yes. Even if it's like a GIF and a message that I save off and then drop. Like I use AirDrop before I copy something to the cloud and then copy it back down on the other side.
Yeah, then it feels pretty ham-fisted at that point. I mean, at the very least, like my workaround is putting it in my iCloud or logging into iCloud.com. We just interface that way, which is nice. At least it's an option, right?
Or I can put it in Google Drive. I can put it in Dropbox. I can put it in OneDrive. I'm like a digital hoarder that just left crap everywhere. Like I filled up my Dropbox. That's fine. I move over to OneDrive. I got a terabyte over there. When that gets full, I'll move somewhere else and just leave everything in its place. Anyway, so Google released or quietly underground, whatever, announced they're going to be coming out with nearby sharing, which is like the AirDrop for Android devices. It's going to hit Pixel devices from what I've read first, which I think is super cool. And hopefully that proliferates outwards, or we at least get APKs that we can sideload to other devices, and we can do nearby sharing. Then Samsung, we find out, is building a rival called QuickShare.
And this is why we can't have nice things in the Android world.
So it's going to release in tandem with the Galaxy S20, because we can't just go S10, S11. We have to double and go to S20.
Wait, what?
So the theory
they're
is
going
that
year now, aren't they?
I don't know.
It's like car models. Your phone.
So the S20 Plus 5G, they found the APK that is showing the QuickShare. So you'll be able to quickly transfer between two Galaxy phones.
Okay.
But what if my friend has an LG or my friend has a Pixel?
Oh, what kind of phone do you have? Oh, we can't. Yeah. And
So
this leads to the problem.
Right. I'm glad they're going in this direction. The other interesting thing I think Samsung has on their side is you can send to SmartThings devices. So I could send something to my TV. I could send something to my refrigerator.
If they're all Samsung.
If they're SmartThings.
Yes.
Smarter things. Or SmartThings. So I'm super happy they're going in this direction. I'm interested to see how this works out. As a callback to Bump, here's my idea. Let's create an old school
Thank you.
app that's cross-platform that you select the file, the other person sets to receive, you shake your device, it makes modem screech noises, the other one makes a modem screech noise back.
I love it.
And then we just ship it over Bluetooth and call it a day. And but I mean, to me, that's the dream, right? It's the old Bump. It didn't matter if they had an Android app.
Did they?
I think so.
I'm not aware.
I think they had an Android app.
Okay.
I mean, this should just be cross-platform. It should be Windows laptop, iPhone, Android. I don't care what your operating ties in. Whatever your operating system is, someone needs to just come up with an easy way to go cross-platform.
And that's what makes it universal. If you're an Android user and don't know the importance of an AirDrop, this is, again, you can AirDrop and just basically move a file wirelessly between Apple devices, including iPad, iPhone, and your MacBook, basically, right? Podnar saying that he used AirDrop to share photos at a family event directly to other phones without having to upload it to Facebook or anything. Steve of Pittsburgh Bold Sports, who will be here Sunday, by the way, for the yearly Sunday brunch episode. Amanda has him AirDrop her so much as he goes to pressers during the day that she can't make. It's an issue doing so with longer videos they found, though, which makes sense, right? It's more kind of quicker files at that point. But Chilla, it needs to take 10 minutes to transfer to get the old time feel.
Well, and you know what? Maybe we have to put the devices in a quiet room and we actually use like the old modem tones to transfer the data.
And then the pictures just kind of, as they load down the screen. Yes. I appreciate Hoopla that I connect to my library to watch comic books or read comic books. When it's downloading the file, it's the cover of the comic book loading.
Like a 300 baud modem.
Like a 300 baud modem back in the day. It's just like, oh, that feels nice. I don't know if that's intentional, but that's a nice touch. So anyways, so you have your new idea. We'll see if AirPlay works for Android.
Or if anyone out there has a good way, like I can't remember what the name of the app is now. I have it on my Android and I have it on my iPad. There's I have a program just for photos that actually turns your device into like a Wi-Fi server.
Okay.
And you load the app on both devices and you can pass stuff on your camera roll back and forth across operating systems, but it doesn't necessarily do files, which I find myself, oddly enough, more and more like I have a spreadsheet I updated on my iPad that I need to get over to another device. And I'm using things like OneDrive for that or Google Drive. But it would be nice, to just be out and about and just pass stuff back without having to have some intermediary network to turn on to connect to.
You work with so many devices day to day. It must be do you get a relief when you're like, oh, good, this is an Apple device. I can do this thing.
Yes and no, because in my personal life, yes. In my professional life, no, because everything is based on like SharePoint synchronization, and
you have a grander kind of thing going on.
I have found out testing devices for work. I now have a directory. I used to put everything. I was like a desktop pack. Down at the bottom, like you're animated up there, but my hand's just up in the air.
Where? On that screen?
Yeah, on the bottom.
Don't worry about that screen.
Don't worry about the screen. The screen's a lie.
As long as this thing's working, and I see myself doing the head bob or online.
Okay.
That's the extra stuff you get when you're live.
Oh,
you're like,
live video interrupted.
It was probably interrupted, but you probably have to re-click it because it needs time to populate and get out there.
There we go.
And you'll see my head bobbing. This is my test. This is like my moving test that your stream is working. Get the shoulders going. Got the head bob going. Yeah. Okay, that's enough of that. That's enough fun times. Well, hey, you know why everything's freezing? Because everything's hungry. Because it's time to talk about our good friend Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza. Thank you so much for those guys supporting this show. The majority of our near 10 years in existence on the AwesomeCast. We'll be celebrating that this year. Of course, supporting the show here. Hey, we had to support them back this Sunday when we had our Royal Rumble viewing party. Got a nice bit there. Also, not just pizzas. We got some salad action because some of us are trying to watch our figures a little bit. But go check them out. They're here in Beechview. They're in Carnegie, East End, PNC Park, home to the Pittsburgh Pirates when they do things.
So they'll take any sub and they'll make it into a pizza and vice versa.
Will
they take any pizza and make it into a salad? Can I get a chicken pesto pie salad?
Why not? Can I get a slaughterhouse salad? Good ideas.
5 meats on my salad.
5 meats of salad.
Good old Italian dressing.
Listen, can we just skip the lettuce and just put all the meats in the salad?
Some roasted red peppers. That would be really good.
It's just kind of a meat salad. Yeah.
We'll throw some lettuce in there.
These are good ideas.
Greens.
Slice, you can have these. So check them out. SliceOnBroadway.com. All right, we got a lot of submitted stories here as well. So our good friends over on the Facebook group submitted a lot of stuff. Salad is weak. Salads can kick ass.
I've had some good salads.
You're just not eating the right salads. First of all, this is the one that my mom's going to try out because she's got a newer phone. We have a iPhone 10s and iPhone 8 here, 8 Plus here. But this starts with the X and the XS. I'm sorry, the XS, the 10S. I don't know. How are we naming these things? Chilla. What is this FiLMiC thing that Podnar shared with us? Help me out here.
So it allows you to use multiple cameras
Mm-hmm.
on the device to record simultaneously.
And we're talking about the big thing here is using the front facing and the rear cameras at the same time.
Food bloggers I'm sure, all screamed out in pleasure.
And we knew this was coming. We kind of had a preview of this previously, right?
They showed this on stage at the iPhone announcement. And I think there they showed recording with 3 or 4 cameras simultaneously. This one just does 2 simultaneously.
So 2 simultaneously. Okay.
And this is using a separate app, right?
Yeah,
DoubleTake
is using the FiLMiC DoubleTake app.
And it'll be coming to the FiLMiC Pro app as well later this spring. So I'm interested when it comes to the FiLMiC Pro, is it going to pick up more cameras?
Yeah, so when it's so far, even if you have like the newer plus ones with multiple lenses on the back, it'll show you all of those lenses.
And you have the option, at least from what I saw in the DoubleTake app, you have the option of recording both streams separately as like separate files, and then or you can record like the picture-in-picture as like a stamped video where that's going to be your output. So if you want to edit in post and put it all together after the fact, you can do that, or you can have it record it as you're seeing on your screen. Where you can do picture-in-picture, you can do side-by-side. Where the whole food bloggers, all I can think of is, the video of the plate with the small picture-in-picture of the person talking about the delicious hipster food they're about to eat.
Yep, you're going to see a lot of picture-in-picture YouTube soon, very shortly when this thing starts rolling out. So look forward to that. But yeah, it's the FiLMiC app, and you can go check that out. The FiLMiC DoubleTake app. You can download that right now and test it out. And if you have one of those cameras from the last 2 years, I guess. So scope that out. Let's see. We also have, so actually Chris Whitlatch posted this first, and I had reposted it. Sorry for that. But so Atari has licensed their brand to build the first of, I think, 6 locations for an Atari game-themed hotel. First one in Phoenix, of course. So this is interesting because this is going to be, according to this, it's going to have an esports studio. No details about what these will include. They also have something called Atari Gaming Playgrounds, which we presume will be where the rest of us normal non-competitive players can play, as well as accommodations like standard pool, gym, restaurants, bakeries, movie theaters, things like that. It's a licensing deal, and they had an advance of $600,000, which seems light for a licensing deal like this. But it's also non-exclusive, so Atari can build further themed hotels like this in the future. And these are looking to come to, in the coming years, to Austin, Chicago, Denver, Las Vegas, San Francisco, and San Jose, and Seattle afterwards. So you'll have a few options to check one of these out. That might be good for a run.
Based on the fact that Replay FX comes to Pittsburgh every year, I think we need one of these too.
Well, they're very Pittsburgh-based. Replay FX should just do a Replay FX hotel.
Wow. Get behind that.
There you go. Hey, can a nonprofit run a hotel? I don't know if that works, but
I don't see why not.
They're officially a nonprofit. It's a historical situation.
It's a historical site.
It is? Well, not a site or...
Well, you got to find a historical site.
It's like a museum, so I don't think they have a public thing yet. So, but I don't know, sooner or later. Anyways, what else we got? And I know you guys were talking a lot about that here in the chats, or I'm sorry, the Facebook page as well. This is a big one. Chilla, I told you you needed to go download this before we started the show so you could play it on your Surface, because I'm sure it's going to run on there. So there is a cat fighting game that the Rizz actually shared with us. Rizz Plays Games. We'll give them a little plug there. It's a cat fighting game, and it is, I think they're with a Patreon right now. Let's see. There's a little visual of the fighting game. It's you asked me if it was Mortal Kombat style, and I said it was more Wu-Tang Clan. It's that isometric moving in a 3D space fighting kind of situation. You can download on PC a demo now, and it's a name your own price. It's a physics-based party game featuring cats. So you can do that right now on PCs, Windows machines. And yeah, I'm seeing that it looks like it's the demo is multiplayer only, so you have to have at least 2 players in order to play it.
Is it a battle royale?
Yeah, it's kind of, no, not a battle royale. It's just multiplayer.
Chachi's not going to.
Oh, and you can take pictures with your cats and everything. So you can go check that out. Jelly bean versus sausage. Wait. It says ready, tussle. As the fight screen. This is fantastic. So please go check that out. It's over at the game is called Fisti-Fluffs. Fisti-Fluffs. Yes, Fisti-Fluffs, like fisticuffs. So you can check that out. It's at playfellowstudio.itch.io. Really? /Fista-Fluffs-demo. That's a long URL. You can just click in our show notes to check that out too. So go check that. That's a fun thing going on. So thanks Rizz for sharing that. We're gonna have to get that in here and play that a little bit. Hey guys, there's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff that we're doing with our in-house production. Of course, we do. We do a lot of stuff here with the podcasting that bores Chilla. God, you're yawning. So
it's been a long week.
It's been a long week. It's been a long podcast. But we do a lot of stuff here, but also a lot of what we learn to do here in the podcasting world with AwesomeCast and other productions we're doing for clients as well, and that's happening over with Sidekick Media Services. Let us be the sidekick in your superhero project. We're gearing up for some pretty big recordings, a lot of podcasts that we're working with as well. You can check all that music videos. We were just talking with somebody about music videos again the other day. Go check them out. Check out the corporate videos. I did an interesting ad today that some of you know about that I'm not going to get into right now. But you can go see what we've been doing. Sidekick Media Services. Check out the Instagram to see what we've been up to lately and some of the behind the scenes of our productions, including MMA, professional wrestling, live events, podcasting, video podcasting, a lot going on over there, including helping our friends at pghmuseums.org with our website too. So go see what we made there. And a part of this, hey, we got a new Sorgatron Media website, sorgatronmedia.com. We went all Squarespace, finally updated from the old dusty WordPress. And it's nice and reactive, responsive design and everything, which we were well overdue for that site. It's probably the oldest website we've been running for a while. So go check that out too, and see what else is going on, including our friends at Thrifty, Bardic Mystery Tour, and such. Hey, I meant to bring up in the last section, but give a shout out to our buddy Chachi, who's been hanging out in the chat room. TheGameJourney.com. He's, of course, still rolling through. I believe we are in is this the Genesis era, I think? Gunstar Heroes, Columns, oh yeah. Earthworm Jim he's digging on. Micro Machines 2 Turbo Tournament. I didn't know about the sequel, actually.
Yeah, that's one game I didn't play.
Speedball 2 Brutal Deluxe. This was a weird era where there were sequels to games I didn't know there were a first one of. So, but there you go. Go check it out. He's reviewing them and furthering his writing ventures. TheGameJourney.com if you want to follow along with that. All right, back to stories. Chilla, you were getting into. We were talking about one before the show that I wanted to talk about here. Hope this doesn't lead to a takedown here. I'm going to show a little bit of the trailer. Have you seen this one called The Circle? Of course, you saw the trailer.
So, I didn't see the trailer, so I haven't seen this. Looks super interesting, and I have so many questions about
it's like
how this is going to work.
It's like Big Brother. I think the entire thing's already out. but it was recommended to me, and I don't know how old it is, but it's relatively recent, I think. It's called The Circle. Basically, they're living in a house. They don't meet each other. Everybody interacts specifically on a tailor-made social media for this game. It's a competitive game. People are getting blocked and eliminated as you go. Some people are not being themselves. One guy is straight up just pretending to be his own girlfriend, apparently. So hijinks ensue. It was apparently a 3-week event that they did. Again, it does feel very Big Brother to me. Not that I've watched a lot of Big Brother, but I have a lot of friends who have. It's kind of an interesting. It was inevitable. I'm surprised we didn't have a social media based game show like this, other than at midnight, which really wasn't a game show. It was more like a. Whose Line Is It for social media when that was out. I missed that game.
I hope this doesn't cause a landslide of other Netflix.
What, reality shows? Well, you know what the great thing is? It's Netflix. You don't have to watch it.
Yeah, but they do such good content.
Mm-hmm.
I'm concerned they're going to see oh, look, we can spin up 50 million of these real cheap. And it's going to be the center of their focus.
That's what happens to every network, isn't it?
Well, let's hope they don't make the same mistake.
Reality TV shows, Netflix official site. I wonder how many of these are Netflix originals. I mean, when you go in there, there's a lot of the there's the food ones. I guess, are they reality shows or more kind of documentaries when they're doing? There is like a food reality game show of sorts on there that I've seen.
Is there? I haven't seen that one.
I can't remember.
We do watch a lot of.
There's the prank encounters. There's You versus Wild. I'm trying to find the ones with Netflix tags on them. Final Table, Car Masters. Let's see, Hyperdrive, Ultimate Beastmaster, which I think is like a Ninja Warrior kind of thing. Storage. That's not exclusive. Sugar Rush Christmas. So that's one of those Bake Off kind of ones. Travel and adventure reality. No, they're already pretty. See, that's the secret. And there's The Circle that we're just talking about. Great British baking shows on here. I'm sure some of these. That's something they bought from somewhere else. Probably.
That's actually on TV, right? Yeah.
Taco Chronicles. Come on.
But Circle's like their original.
Yeah, it's an original, and I think a lot of these are going to be Nailed It. I think is theirs as well, if I'm not mistaken. Which is I believe
Toothpick Puppet Show. That's what it looks like.
The Toys That Made Us. Well, they're always doing documentaries.
That's
so.
a document. Yeah. Again, I think the documentaries I find
extremely
interesting, informational.
It meshes a little bit because there's the food and travel TV stuff like Taco Chronicles.
Mm-hmm.
I need to check that out. What is it? Wait. What is this one? Tiny House Nation? No, that's not one of theirs. Actually,
that's Tiny House. That sounds like one of the HGTV.
Hold on. Yeah, it is. Well, they're right next to the stuff, and you have to look for the little N in the corner, and I'm missing it here and there. So, but they're going to have a bunch of them, and of course they're going to make the headlines with the Witchers and the Adam Sandler movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Ryan Reynolds and the Rock movies and things like that. But which apparently that Six Below is turning into a franchise. Interesting. Did you watch it? Like, it was okay, but I didn't realize it was franchisable. But I don't know.
Oh, there's a Beastie Boys documentary coming to Apple TV.
There you go. Everybody's got stuff coming. I'm looking forward on Apple TV. There's the video game show from the one guy from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh, I didn't see that.
It looks like it really feels like it's being positioned in the hey, Silicon Valley is done. Well, don't you want to watch this? So I can't. The name's kind of complicated, and I haven't really. I just saw it advertised on something else that I was watching, like on the Comedy Central app or something was advertising it. Anyways, what else do we got here? Chilla, you got a few stories in here. You with the TikTok story. Dude,
I am to TikTok
softened
like
my heart.
Dutters is to porn.
Jeez. What?
So,
well, I don't know about that one. So tell me about this.
So there is, and I can't remember the guy's name, but someone has taken to TikTok and he is recreating Into the Spider-Verse scenes with his family live.
Mm-hmm.
On TikTok, and he kind of has like a little picture-in-picture that shows like the end of the Spider-Verse.
And they're using the audio, like the voiceovers and everything are from the movie, and they're just kind of pantomiming to it.
Yeah, and it's super impressive. I mean, they do his dad in the cop car, like his dad's in a cop car, like the whole he's getting ready for school, grabbing stuff around his room, making his way through the kitchen, like he's really good at reenacting this and syncing them up to the end of the Spider-Verse scenes. It's one of those things where I could just sit there and watch this until I run out of his clips to watch. So
just underscore Genoa, JENOAH underscore on the TikToks if you want to check that out. And we have an article linked with a couple of them embedded over there. I like that TikTok can embed. Our friend Ronell Hunt, the Rev, he's getting pretty big in the wrestling scene. He started TikTok like a month ago, and he has like something like 13,000 views and likes and stuff. Like he exploded out. Well, he's like a TV and a wrestling personality too, so he knows how to do that. But
I've seen a lot of people kind of move into this platform and gain followers ridiculously quickly. I don't know if it's their algorithm for you search for one thing and you kind of go down this rabbit hole, and
it's so much.
Are their viewers or are their users just I'll subscribe to this.
How's the Chilla TikTok coming?
I don't have any content for TikTok.
You just like review a thing. Like, here, you see this pencil? Like, just grab something in your office and just do a quick review and see where it goes from there, right?
I could do like home renovations.
Yeah.
30-second home renovation tips.
Yeah, check out my floating iMac.
Yes.
I mean, really. I mean, honestly, that would probably be good for you.
Do you have a hacksaw? Because you're going to need one.
Yes. Chilla with a hacksaw on TikTok, right?
Yep.
Chilla with a hacksaw. I mean, that alone is going to get you views. Somebody's taken that by now, I'm sure.
It's already gone.
Speaking of short form video, there was a story this week that the Vine co-founder has come back and brought back the spirit of Vine, which isn't that TikTok, actually. To be honest, it's called Byte, BYTE, as you would think in the computer side. And I did download it, and I did log into it. And that's all I got so far. So it's there. And again, it seems very TikTok-y, right? For the most part, it's the full screen video, vertical video kind of situation. Vine was kind of a square thing. 6-second looping videos and a new community for people who love them. So
the thing that I found interesting in Vine was the people that could get a really good loop going where it looked
kind of like it was in a loop.
It was a natural loop. Like those were the ones that impressed me. Which the TikTok, like how they kind of record half the clip or segments of the clip and make things disappear or make different things happen, but it all looks natural. Those are the kind of special effect like videos are the ones that get me. So I did not download Byte yet, but I am now. So I wonder if Chilla with a hacksaw is already.
You should get both of them. So it was actually kind of interesting. I'm Sorgatron on there, by the way. Please friend me if you're on Byte. Also, if you're on TikTok, because I'm still figuring out what to do with them. So interesting. This is the first time I experienced this too, Chilla. Sign in with Apple.
I used that on another service.
That's the first one that I've seen like this. It pulls it up and it will. And I think they talked about this when iOS 13 was first being announced, right? And so it gives you a choice that you can sign in with your email and also sign in and hide your email as well. Like, do you want it to be seen to other people to the service?
Spin you up a iCloud.com email on the fly.
And you can set it up that anything that goes to that account, like in your setup process, and it just pops up like if you were buying something on the App Store or something, like it pops up from the bottom and uses your thumbprint and everything. So you can do it all that way. And I imagine that means if I log in on a computer, like through a website, it should come through too on my Touch ID enabled laptop, I guess. So that was a new thing. Also, hey, this just came out. It already has a spam problem, Chilla. So they vowed to fix its spam problem. It's a comment problem. of course, but a lot of these are going to get into that too. So, especially this coming from the former Vine person and the height of TikTok that maybe has already solved some of these problems. Of course, people are going to hit it pretty hard with spam. So, well, we'll see what happens with that. We'll see if we get some bites going. We will start our awesome cast.
Chilla was taken.
Chilla was taken. I see Chilla579 has followed me. Well, you didn't try Chilla with the hacksaw?
That's too long.
It's too long.
Too many letters.
Man, that could be another account for you. I mean,
maybe when Byte offers like multi-user login.
There you go. Just you taking the hacksaw to electronic equipment here and there. That'd be great. Let's see what else we got here. Phone soap. Chilla,
Phone soap.
Do you need phone soap?
Does it clean your phone?
This was an ad.
Or is it like a bar of soap that's shaped like a phone?
This is an ad that came up on Facebook, and really that is kind of good discovery for this. So the idea is, hey, our phones are really freaking dirty.
There was a guy on Shark Tank trying to peddle this kind of stuff. I've seen these.
Was it this kind of thing? Okay, yeah. Well, apparently somebody did it, and it's introducing Phone Soap Pro, the next evolution. So the idea is you have a case or you have this little home soap. What is a perfect household disinfection? Maybe they're doing more than just phones, I guess. But the idea is that, let's see, why UVC? It actually blasts your phone, if I got this right, with UVC rays to kill the bacteria on your phones, because our phones are the dirtiest things, and we're putting them by our face and we're handling them every day. Like, this is a problem. This is a pretty big problem. I should probably wipe down my phone like once a day, to be honest. And I got a case, so I can do that. So you can check that out. It's at phonesoap.com, and it's one of those. It caught my attention because it's like a picture of somebody like on the toilet with their phone. So it's just like, oh, and I probably saw it, to be honest, on the toilet holding my phone. Because that's the other metric. That's the unknown metric. How many people saw that and were just like, oh, that's me right now. Oh, this is kind of disgusting. Bye. So if anything's effective,
even if you don't have your phone in your hand while you're going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like, think about, like, we saw that little folder type thing, like that thing above the toilet paper where you could set your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was like a little area to put your phone. Didn't we show that on the show?
I can't remember.
Or you take your phone and you put it on the back of the toilet, or you take your phone and put it on the top.
Just in the room.
It's there are things, bacteria,
germaphobes have figured this out.
Bad things in there. Yeah, this is. It's an interesting idea. I don't know.
Chilla, what's going on in Pokemon? Is it time for me to come back to Pokemon?
And I think we've talked about this on the show before. We probably need like a professional gamer like Chachi to do this justice.
Okay.
But so Pokemon is coming out with, what's it called? Pokemon Home.
Okay.
I put a link.
Yeah, I have it open over here.
There you go. And I think it probably explains it better as you get down into the charts of what's supported on what platform. But it's going to be a monthly service, because everything needs to be a monthly service.
A subscription service you pay for.
Subscription service. It's like a Battle Royale. It's going to allow you to trade Pokemon 4 different ways. There's going to be this thing called a Wonder Box. You're going to be able to put Pokemon in the Wonder Box and trade them around the world, even when home is not being used. There's going to be a global trading system where you can post the Pokemon you want, the Pokemon you're willing to trade, and then it'll find other people that are a match for you. It's like Tinder for Pokemon trading, and it'll complete the trade. There'll be a trade room that 20 people can go into, and you'll be able to trade your Pokemon in that room. You also have friend trading.
Mm-hmm.
It also seems like it'll make it easier to track your Pokemon that you have across devices and games, as well as move Pokemon between the games.
Mm-hmm.
What I thought was interesting, it all comes at a monthly fee. There is a basic.
It's like $1.33 a month though.
The 3-month plan is $5. Comes out to $1.66.
Okay.
If you buy a year for $16, it comes out to $1.33.
So at least
you can pay $3 a month.
Nintendo things when they do subscription is cheap.
It is cheap,
at least.
But I also feel like it's cheap. But what am I getting?
Yeah.
Like I do pay for their online, and I get that whole back catalog.
Yeah.
But I really don't have good voice chat. So like, there's definite trade-offs to the extent of what their service offers. I mean, it's not like I'm getting multiple things here for this $1. I'm getting Pokemon trading, and in some cases, only certain things on the Switch, only certain things on the phone, some things on both.
Yeah.
Like I don't even understand what the whole mystery gifts. So on the mobile phone, you'll get mystery gifts, but you won't on the Nintendo Switch. Okay. I can judge, but I can get my Pokemon judged cross-platform.
That's important. Listen, somebody who's that into Pokemon, these are important things.
I'm sure. I know they're very important.
This is not for us kind of more casual Pokemon players, probably, right?
Yes.
So,
I mean, I'm amazed at how many people are on Twitch just playing Pokemon.
Like Pokemon Go, or just
no,
Pokemon
I see
in
it
general?
more on like the Sword and Shield or
like the new ones. Interesting.
Like the Nintendo Switch.
All right. Well, I think on that note, I think we're ready to wrap up here. It's about Chilla time.
You got to go catch them all.
I got to go catch them all. Yes, exactly. So go check out everything. Of course, the AwesomeCast Facebook group. We're talking about, by the way, a follow out here. Steve's talking about, as a bartender, a dab of vodka works really well. And your screen comes out looking great, he says. It works for glasses, clean them. Use vodka, Windex water spray for the windows. That's great. So there's your hot tip for this week's AwesomeCast, guys. So, anyways, go check everything out. AwesomeCast.com, SorgTronMedia.com. We got a lot of stuff going on, of course, with the Wrestling Mayhem Show live this week. We'll have a video game stream Friday night with our friends, our pro wrestling friends, going on over on the Indie Wrestling Night US Twitch as well. If you guys want to join us over there. Chilla is chillytech.net, and soon Chilla with a hacksaw.
Chilla on the Twitter. Chilla579 on the Byte.
On Byte. Follow him on Byte.
Follow me on Byte.
Figure out what we do with this thing.
Let's put some bytes together. They should have called it Bit, and multiple people got 8 people would have made a byte.
Your group of 8 people is a byte?
Yes.
I like it. That is some geek math. Awesome right there. All right. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you guys next time. You've been our awesome audience. Have an awesome week. Guys on the stream, sorry we had a little bit of hiccup there again. Thought I fixed the stuff from last week. We'll see how this goes. We'll see you guys next time. We'll be on in